Time to go. My wife went back to work. I had some extra time today, so on the way home I went to the wood store. This is on sale. This is a knife sharpener, and it's got a tapered rod for doing serrated blades. So blades, you know, serrated. No, that one's not serrated. But also I can do some of my gouges, round carving tools and stuff. And this is normally $22 on sale for $13. So I'm not sure what that little, oh, it's a storage pouch. So once I bought that, then I got this. This thing's kind of neat. It was on sale for $3. And it's got an opener for the paint can, which uses a pain in the ass. You grab screwdrivers, and this one's nice and wide. And then it's got this little magnet on here. So basically, you can open the paint can, you can clip onto the lid, and then you got this magnet thing for your brush to sit on so that the paint drips back into the paint can. So and then it's cleaning, and I don't know what the remove pair from, I don't know what this last thing's from. Oh, it's a scraper. Okay, so this is for scraping your roll if you want to scrape the paint back into the paint container, and this is cleaning brushes. So again, it's clearance for $2.99. What else we got? Oh yeah, this very handy. I have one, but it's getting hard. It's an abrasive belt cleaner. It's basically like a pair of tennis shoes you run on a belt to get all the wood chips and crap out and clean your things. Then I got this, which I should have bought a long time ago, hide glue. This you use for furniture because you can heat it up and it will come apart. So if you get it like 200 degrees, it comes apart. It's literally hide, like as in cowhide. It was only like $7, which I thought for some reason on not eBay, the Jungle site, Amazon, it was $17. So I got me this. So I did look at the stains. I wasn't happy with the little table. Currently there's walnut and light walnut, and I should have gone light walnut because it's way too dark. So I'm probably going to strip that and retry with the less aggressive, like a light walnut. So yeah. Well, this box came a week ago, and I finally decided what to do. So this is the Leatherman Garage. They only made 1884, which is the year that the Leatherman company was started. No, what was it? 83. I don't know, 83, 84. So the garage is a limited run Leatherman hand built in the United States. I gotta get the top off. So welcome to Leatherman Garage, doubters, naysayers, stuff. So that's the card. I guess this is an unboxing. And 40th anniversary tool. So only 1983. So it's got a really nice sheath on it. And this is magnet cut. So this is a color they never had. This is Cerakoted, so it's like a ceramic coat. And I've not opened this yet. And it's got a really nice original design Leatherman sheath to it. think I already have one of these. Made in USA. It smells like leather because it is leather. And yeah, so this is based off the Free series, and that's supposed to be a hammer that you could use to beat things with. It's got all the normal tools on the outside, like the Leatherman Free. They're all locking, like that's a very sharp knife. And then I guess I need to change hands. So this is the Magnet Cut. So I don't know how to describe it, but people get all excited for this blade. Magnet Cut. This is a Leatherman made in the USA. So all the tools and implements, you can open up one-handed. And I gotta admit that the can opener, straight blade, beer can opener, everything on here is what you'd want. An owl, very nice and easy to open with one hand. All the tools on the outside. You got a real file here, and then there's a rough side. The Free that I have doesn't have that. Then you got a regular bit holder here, so you can use regular Leatherman bits, and there's an extender that you can do, as well as you got the little tiny screwdriver. So this flips. It can be a straight blade or a Phillips blade. Then the last thing on the outside should be the scissors. This is extremely relatively tight because it hasn't been opened up yet. These are pretty decent scissors, and they're spring loaded, and they do lock. So then opening it up, which is more like the original Leatherman, except one huge difference: these are spring loaded. So you will not find that in any other Leathermans. And then you got the standard cut, sharp, replaceable blades there. So I got this knife, extremely limited. It sold out within 10 minutes. It was July 5th, and it's just $275. So here's the rub. It's going on eBay, because I'm seeing these go for $600 or $700, and I like the knife a lot, but it's not worth $300 to me by the time it was shipped, and it's certainly not worth $600 to me. So we're going to close this up, and tomorrow we'll take pictures and put it on eBay. I'm going to list it for $300, and people that do that usually they sell for $600, $700. I've seen some people trying to sell them for $1,200 outright buy it now. I'm not going to be that way. If somebody gets it for $300, they get it for $300. But they'll probably be a lot higher than that. So, yeah, that's... I thought over this for the last week or so. I really struggled with this. I don't need a $300 knife. But if it sells for $600, there is a new knife that's going to be out with all the same tools, it looks like. Not as fancy coated, not a special limited edition, and it's going to be about $180. So I can buy one or two of those, or three for the amount if this sells for that. I should add, this is the Pitt garage knife, and the other first floor I did not like. I wouldn't carry them. This one I would carry. I just don't want to pay that much money for a knife. So the other ones, yeah, I didn't like. So she'll start, but as soon as I give her any throttle, she dies. So I guess that's better than it not starting and then running. No, that doesn't make sense. But anyhow, I put some of this shit gas in there. I've learned that that's bad, but I'm just trying to keep her running. So she's obviously got spark, and she's getting some fuel. The air cleaner is like brand new. This barely has any hours on it. So we're gonna have to Google why that doesn't work. I attempted to move the mixtures around. That didn't do anything. It idles pretty much, but chain's pretty sharp. So yeah, I want to get this running. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that cover on there. Well, no, I'll leave it off. So starts but will not ref, I guess is what I need to Google. I was able to fish out the fuel filter. It looks like brand new. I was able to blow through there. I'm gonna check the other side, but that looks good. The hose is still pliable. Got these last week. They're already handy because they were what enabled me to get that out of there. So next we'll check the carburetor. So it's clearly getting fuel, but not enough fuel, because air without fuel will cause that to stop, and that's what happens when you open this up. You're opening up the airflow. Well, given that this thing's about 5 years old and sat for a while, I took the top of the carburetor off and looked inside, and everything seems to be in good shape. It's clean, so I put a lot of carb cleaner down there. The hose there looks fine. So I'm gonna put this back together and see if that makes a difference. I doubt it though. And I'm gonna check the plug, though that looks like brand new. Well, moving on to a slightly temporary project here. So this is my daughter's canoe. I don't know why it's here. It should be at her house. That's a whole nother thing. There was a little accident where I accidentally dragged it along the road and put a hole in it. But I fixated it. It's down there. Enhance. It should be watertight. Anyhow, so it's been here for 2 years. Apparently I didn't glue all the pieces together, so occasionally the ends come apart. So we got ourselves some glue. So about 2 cans of glue, because one might be you know, dried up. So the purple primer, that's good for a cleaner. I didn't go purple because I didn't want to show. This may not work, but plenty of juice in there. So we'll do the old open it with the pliers. Not even sure if you can see this. See what's inside. Yeah, that's, oh, that smells deliciously bad for me. But yeah, I think we'll use the wet stuff. This is just, she's a little gumpy. Probably still work. And maybe we'll try her. No, we don't. She's done. We got plenty in there. Well, this isn't perfect either, but at least it's a liquid. So we're gonna use that. Look at all the stuff on the sides. Enhance. So we'll clean that up before we put it right. Okay, so now I got a nice buzz in the PVC. So I got smart and I did this one first. Then I cleaned and lubricated those and did them as a unit, because putting one in and bending the other would get difficult. So we'll let this sit for about 30 minutes. There's water down there, so I know that the cap is watertight. Not that it really matters, because I don't need it to be. And this should help out, because that end kept pulling out. Mostly because the way she puts it in, or I put it in, you're just kind of like jamming it against her and pushing out, whereas here you're just sliding on there. And I bought another cover, so we'll get that on there, which is the impetus for all this. My puppy's helping me. Right, Spike? Nope, he's camera shy. So I was reading the interwebs that one of the signs of this could be that the fuel filter inside the carburetor is clogged. So I was able to remove the carburetor. Didn't need to do this. Thought that would release it. Basically, it all kind of snap-a-lates together. I'll do that later. So I took the filter off, took the screw off the side, which looks like I didn't have to do. Let's put that screw back in there. Basically, just kind of prying things apart, taking the linkage off, taking this off, and taking the 2 screws that go in here and here that bolt the carburetor to there. I thought this whole thing came off. It's a nice little rubber thing there. And that looks clean. So, yeah, we'll open that up now. Be dipped. Enhanced. That's the problem. That's got gook in there. So if we look carefully, there's stuff in there, I think. So I'm going to blow that out with some carb cleaner. Just so I happen to have some right here. Managed to get it everywhere, including myself. Well, I think that might have been our problem. Well, I don't know if you can see, there's some gook down there, so we'll clean that out. Enhance. But that can't help. Okay, well, I took it all apart as much as I could and cleaned everything. I'm going to put it back together. I did notice that this hose Well, the hose is pretty good. This end is kind of foobar, so I'm going to cut it off and I pulled a little bit out. That way the hardened end doesn't cause any grief. So I've got carb cleaner all over me. My hands feel great. So there's a pin here. And here you got to get in. There's the fuel filter. You got to get this linkage in there because that's the throttle. And then the wire there, enhanced, comes in. Then you got the 2 screws that screw into here. Then I got to reattach this because I thought this came off, but it doesn't. Way back here, it's like a little clip. Got the kill switch, which is very cute. So basically, when the switch is down, those 2 contacts close, and then when the switch is up, there's a gap there, right there. So now, closed, open. Then let's make sure our choke works, and our choke works. So that works good. There we go. So yeah, I'll just gotta tighten it, and then we'll give it some pulls. It's gonna take a few pulls because there's a lot of carb cleaner inside that carburetor. So we got the kayaks back up on there and put the covers on. That's just a piece of tar bab just to keep the sunlight. Sunlight eats plastic, so that's a good idea. Now we're filling the water containers every day. These are almost empty. These plants are just growing like plants. So that one's not too bad. That's only an inch down. Then we'll go around and hit the others. Time to go do some eBay. The clamp that is all rusted. If you remember down there, she's looking pretty harsh. So I took the induction heater and just slid it over there and got it red hot. And believe it or not, I got the bottom one to move. So that one's pretty toasty. So I think I'm gonna, well then I thought I got this to move a little bit. No, just at least the bottom one, but at least that's a start. So what I'm gonna do is extend this out as far as I can to get in here with the wire brush and kind of clean things up. Oh, that's why that stopped moving. Yeah, that was good progress. Didn't think that'd happen. She gets it hot. Try not to touch the wood. Couple thermal shocks of this should do the trick, I think. Well, I don't believe it, but I got to because I'm looking at it. But I got it to turn. My little baby wrench here. She's a pipe wrench. Again, you don't really use the threads in the middle because the way the pivot points are, you can see how fucked up that is. Right there. So, wow. So I'm going to extend this out and try and clean that shit up as much as possible. Trying also not to get burnt. She's a little tight. Yeah. This would be cool to have that working. I glued that up last night. I found my template. Kind of looks like what I was envisioning. But I don't think this part should be as thin as this. Basically, the big difference is this is cut out more. And I think I'm okay with that. So maybe tomorrow we'll fire up the dado and trim this out and just maybe extend it a little more. Although that's a lot of damage to go there. Got this. Interesting. Oh, I like this. I want to make some of these for Christmas gifts. What I liked about this one is the size, but now that I see the magnet on there, that's super smart because that should stick on the stove. And then maybe I get Joe to help me spend a lot on this. Little feeties, cook's helper. A little brown, maybe a little brown down here. I like it. I have 2 others around here somewhere for templates. I mean, basically, yeah, here we go. That one's pretty much the same thing as this. This one's way longer. What I like about this is you got the push and pull all in one plane. There's this. Well, I guess you got the push or the pull. You turn it upside down. Yeah, to try it. But, okay, well, that looks more like a bunny rabbit. That looks more like a squirrel. This little fucker's got long heads. Less and less liking this one. So this feels better in the hand, probably because it's longer. Yeah, for another day. Okay, I gotta pull some more wires, so I'm pulling the whole thing back through. But yeah, this is my broom foam support rolling mechanism, so I don't have to keep unwinding or rolling that. Witnessing a crime of trespassing. And ants. There's 2 of them. You crafty little cat. Oh, there's a dog too. Oh yeah, just go on, Dojo, go on. Let's see what that cat does. Do they love each other? Maybe they don't. Smell the butt. That's what you gotta smell. Well, that's impressive. It's raining, the sun's coming out. Yet I hear lots of thunder. Well, I decided against this death trap, so I'm not going to use that. I've never used that one before. It's a wobbler. It really just wobbles. And it took me a little while, but it was buried right there. This is the dado set I bought a long time ago. Like, this was clear when I bought it. I paid $54 for it. So basically, you stack 2 blades, and in between, you put the thickness that you want. So I'm going to go 2/8 inches, which makes it a 1/4 inch. We'll plop those in there. Put this on the other side. We'll take this blade out. This is getting dull. It's probably because of all those nails that keep cutting. I hate doing this because I usually cut myself in the process. I got the wrenches I normally keep there, and of course I had to take the centerpiece out. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. The throat, I think it's called, and then put one in that's wider, which, when we cut, this will make a bigger hole. Looks like I haven't used it that deep. This was expensive too. So, because you don't want to do that, which I guess I could do if this wasn't that thick. But it is. Maybe I will. I don't know. Anyhow, let's get cutting. Death trap enabled. So that worked out pretty well, except dust just shot out everywhere. But I got it pretty much all chiseled out. Just sand that. Figure out a way to sand it. Probably some sanding blocks. But yeah, I can live with that. Key tip when flipping the piece over: watch out for the globe on the fan. Guess we need a new globe. I was trying to round over the corner when I caught the grain down here and started taking on chunks, so I glued that back together. I'm gonna let that sit. I think I'm just gonna round this over slightly with sandpaper and just kind of clean this up. Then I gotta chop the edges off. That edge is pretty good, but it's got a little goofy there and goofy there. I'm just gonna take about, about a 1/2 inch off of there and square that up. Same thing down there. It's got some goofiness. I cut this a little long on purpose, so we'll just leave that detail there. Give it a final sand, put some polyurethane. I'm only gonna polyurethane the cut sides here and here. And then I think for mounting, fortunately I got like 6 2x4s because there's some double studs, and depending on how high I did, I put a piece going all the way across, so that it may be able to stand in there. Basically, I'm just gonna drill some holes into here and just put some stainless steel screws in, and maybe I'll plug them, maybe I won't. I don't know how I feel. Keep finding broken glass. Well, I wonder what's that all is about. So we'll let that set up for tonight. Did get to use my little baby plane. That was fun, but it doesn't go right to the edges. And chiseling was hard because what I need is a chisel that has a handle that's kind of shaped like that, where it's flat, but the handle goes up because the handle is being round. You know, they're not Then I got chisel flat. So yeah, it kind of doesn't look right. Anyhow, I don't have one of those kind of chisels, so yeah. So we're gonna stop playing with the chisels because that leads to making big holes. I used this roundover tool, and that's when I caught the grain and just got a whoosh. So put that back. Probably what I should have used is this, which is a roundover, but it just uses sandpaper, doesn't tend to catch as much, so we'll put that out there. Though I think I have another tool for that as well. Help me understand why I got so many sharpens and so many dull things. Anyhow. Oh, actually, I can use the Surform to clean this out. And the Surform has this neat little feature of I can loosen this and then move it up so the handle doesn't get in the way, or the hands while I'm trying to clean this groove out. So, yep, we'll work on that tomorrow. I think tomorrow's Thursday. I should clean that up. God damn it. So last night, I don't even know if I filmed it. Refrigerator stopped working again. It was that stupid motor. Fan wasn't spinning, so the freezer would get really cold, but it wouldn't move air up to the refrigerator. I burnt my finger trying to diagnose it on the heater because once the coils ice over, which they tend to do when they're running continuously trying to cool the refrigerator, it turns on the heater, and I burnt the shit out of my finger, so I got, a blister on there. You can't see it, it's over there. Anyhow, it hurts. Yeah, so I reset everything, the fan started working again, and I'm like, never again. So this morning I opened it up, and of course the fan wasn't spinning. So I just bought a new refrigerator. I got it from a scratch and dent place, and it doesn't come with a box, but what am I gonna do with the box? I'm just gonna throw it out. So we got the old truckulator, and we got straps, we got blankets, and we're gonna go pick it up and get inside the house. So I know I gotta take the doors off the old one to get it out. My new doors are 34 inches wide. So I actually, if I just took the handles off the doors, I could get it out, but I'll probably just take the doors off. It's just as easy. The new one, the doors aren't on. So you put them on after you deliver it. So that makes life easier. I think I can roll that in there. I'm gonna roll it off the truck onto the patio, which will be easy because it'll be coming downhill. I just got to get it up on the boards I'm gonna put. So I think it's gonna take me an hour and 15 minutes end to end. Not sure I'm gonna do the old refrigerator, but that can just sit outside for now. So yeah, that's supposed to be at a retirement party, but I got home and the refrigerator's 60 and the freezer's 21. So yeah, theoretically I could replace that motor, but I'm just done. The refrigerator's 11 years old. It's broken inside. I don't like the design. The new one, which of course there'll be a video on, I think it's going to solve some problems. For one, the old one, the ice maker, would when you open the drawer, it would dump the ice on the floor, and then you go close the door and you think it's closed, and it's not. So we probably had almost 2 or 3 times a year it would ice over. Then you have to take everything out, wait for the coils to de-ice, and then turn it back on. This one doesn't seem to have that problem. I think it's got a ice door maker thing. Also, this one has ThinkQ, and I think it can tell me when the door's open or the refrigerator's offline or blah, blah, blah. So I think it's got smarts. I'm not exactly sure. And it's, yeah. So that's the big thing. Oh, also all the controls on the front, on the outside. So I can walk by it and say, hey, it's not 13 degrees in the freezer, it's 25 or whatever it is. So I can see, as opposed to having to open up the doors to look inside. So anyhow, it's the hottest day of the year so far, but it's sunny, so that's good. So far I think this is my approach. Gonna have to figure out how to get that down there. Then I'm gonna make a piece of wood to make sure that I don't run over the threshold here. Hi, puppy. So I think that's probably the next thing to do, but just need to get that over here. Yeah. Okay, So I got my cardboard down. I get it into here, I can just wheel it around. Got my teeter totter, so this is designed to protect the wood and the aluminum. Little teeter and a little totter. This is just to distribute the load. So then I need to just get from there. Now, I'm going to be going in sideways with this. Little problem here. If I go from the trim of this 32-inch board to the door, as it is, it's 30 and a half. If I measure this from the plastic sticking out, come on, it's 32, 31 and a half. So it just barely fits. Anyhow, long story short, I took the doors off. This door came right off. Just needed a screwdriver. This came off difficultly. I unbolted it from the frame, then I realized I could just take the frame out. Plus the frame was sticking out. This, I'm gonna have to measure out. I may have to take that off. So I'm gonna figure out this transition. I think I'm just gonna back the truck up a little more and we'll check, see how much room we got. Then I'll put this sideways, just, you know, get her down there. So this is gonna be fun. Yeah, I'm not so sure about this. So I got it on the dolly. I just want to get it down here. So I put the dolly underneath there. So I got the appliance mover dolly and that dolly. Should be able to slide it right off. Right now, at this point, it's on steel. And that's gonna get, so I just get it off. Then probably spin it around because I need the door on the other side. Oh, the door, yeah, that door comes off. This door has ice. I don't know how to get this out. I'm too impatient. So you just flip this to get the door off. So I think you can get the door off and just kind of rotate her up on top briefly and just slide her through. So I think that's what my plan is. But once I get it down here, I can reevaluate, get the truck out of the way and figure how I'm going to do this. So this is either going to be really good or maybe I'll get a new door out of it when I smash the door open. Nah, that won't happen. First famous last word. Step number one is done. Unloaded from truck. Just need to get in the house next. Well, almost in. As I suspected, that pesky door is going to get in the way. So we're going to pull, oh yeah, it's already in the way. We're going to pull the door off, flip it around up there. I'm going to have to undo this strap and shit. At this point, that's the easiest thing to do. I'll just put some blankets up there. Do I have room for a door? Barely. Hope so. Huh. Maybe I'll have to tape it over to here. That'll probably work. Just got, I think that's what I'm gonna do. There I am. Edit. Okay. It's a little ghetto. It just has to hold on for 4 feet. Should take those with me. I got her in there and she's getting cold. I did figure out why it wasn't dispensing water. I hadn't told it that the filter was in. It hasn't started making ice yet, but it should in the next day or so. So far I like it. It is getting cold. It's got a lot of features on there. I'm not big on the thinner drawer, but it is what it is. It does have Wi-Fi. I did connect to it. I can run diagnostics. I can report the temperature back. The beeping I heard before was because there's a sensor right here and whether the door is closed, and this I had not put back on. So it just kept beeping. I do like the fact that this has an actual lock on the door and you can see it pulls in. I don't know if it's making ice yet. That was the ice in the old refrigerator. I do like the plastic bins over the metal ones we used to have in the old one, which got rusted. Old one's still here. She's hanging on. Joe's gonna have to transfer pictures or do something, and then I gotta take the doors off and get this out. So not looking forward to that. That'll be probably tomorrow's project, but at least hopefully tonight I can sleep with knowing that the freezer and the refrigerator are working. I'm hopeful that this will use less electricity. I do like the feature, the fact that it should stay open and cause grief, and the diagnostics are nice. And I'm not big on this, but we'll try it. I paid $1,500 So I spent more than I wanted to, but less than I could have, because you can spend like $3 grand on a refrigerator now. I don't know why, but you can. Well, I've driven by car most of the week, and the ABS sensor hasn't gone off. I'm using cruise control right now, and yeah. So I don't know. I just let it be. It's kind of frustrating because I haven't let Joe drive my car. Not that she really needs to. She's got like 3 of them. But because it just acts weird, and if it starts applying the brakes while you're driving, it's a little disconcerting because you're like, I'm going, the engine's going, but I'm not going, the car's slowing down, what the fuck? So, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's what, see, I've had a 30-degree swing right now. It's like 81 now, and it's been as high as 90, and it's been as cold as 50, so I don't know. Apparently, I spoke too soon. She's back. Quickly as she comes, she disappears. Weird. So, I bought these about 2 years ago. They're pretty good. They're noise canceling. They're Bluetooth. They're Sennheisers. I got these specifically for 2 reasons. One, they were on sale, and 2, they do multi-connect, meaning they can connect to my phone and they connect to my computer. What I didn't know, because I never had multi-connect, or at least didn't know how to use it, is it's one or the other, but not both. I wanted to play music, and then if I got a call or I'm talking to somebody on the stupid Teams on the computer thing, I could overlay both, but it just switches. So every time my computer would ding, it would shut the music off, play the ding, and then reconnect the music. And it'd take like 3 seconds for the whole thing to do. It was wicked annoying. So if I get like an email goes ding, a message goes ding, it just was dinging. So I disabled the Bluetooth on my desktop, and I just been using them for audio. And they got some nice things. They're fairly comfortable, and the range is good. And it does have this switch here for the noise correction, and it talks to you. It tells you when it's on and off, and she's chatty, so we'll put those right there. So 2 weeks ago, the 04s, because I've read a lot of reports that say the 05s aren't as good as the 04s audio-wise. I mean, there's some features about the new ones, but these were on a sale, $100 off. So for a little more than I paid for the price of those, I got the Sonys. And the Sonys are rated to be better at noise cancellation than the Apple ones. They also really liked. Supposedly not as good as the Bose, but I hate Bose and I can't buy Bose, so I got these, and I charged-lated them yesterday and put them in. And after going through a semi-frustrating setup process where I had an account with Sony, but it wouldn't let me use it, and then I finally went online, and then it let me change the password, blah, blah, blah. I've been listening to these all morning. The noise cancellation is better. For example, these stupid speakers that are on 24/7 here doing noise cancellation, anti-noise, I can hear that. This completely wipes that away. When I'm in the data center, I don't hear anything. On the other side, the bass is much better here than there. I did the same IndXS song twice, flipping back and forth, and in all fairness, that sounded pretty good. These just sounded better, and I didn't change the equalizer or anything. I just did A to B, A to B. They do seem a little clearer, and I think it isn't that those do better high-end, like treble. It's just that there's so much bass that you don't hear it as much. So I had to swap several times to listen very critically on the high end, because at first I thought those were just better, but they weren't. So very happy. Super comfortable. Yeah, and it comes with a fairly decent case. Not sure if I'm going to use it, and I must admit I love this copper color on here, whereas those didn't come with a case. Now that being said, I've let those sit there for 2 years, so I don't really move them around. But I had a set of these, not these, but a lower end model that I really liked. I gave those to Olivia because she didn't have any, and she was more of a jet setter than me. In fact, I think she got those in 2019, if I remember correctly. because I replaced these with over the Sonys, which are pretty good too. So yeah, there you go. Enhance. Yeah, that's the model I got. Again, they're a lot cheaper, being on Amazon, whatever the hell it was, Prime Day, as well as not being the 05s. Oh, and another feature, I've come to abhor that. The older USB, we got to put it in the right direction versus USB-C, which also has more power. You just plug it in. You're not flipping it around to figure out what version. That being said, I wish that I had more devices like that, because it's just another cable, but it's a lot easier to deal with. I'm not sure if I like it. I don't think I like the wheels. I'm going to be gone most of this weekend, so I hit some sales on the way home. A Tellark CD I will probably never listen to, but I didn't have it. Don't like Christmas crap. This was a steal at $1, a solid oak, and this has got to be 4 feet long. I don't know, coat rack, I guess you'd call it, plus shelf. So I'm gonna try and put that up in a little bit. I'll probably place one that I have, a smaller one, but that one's heavy duty. Always looking for a better pillow for my head when I'm watching or sleeping at YouTubes. I've got this thing lately for black, long sleeve, lightweight shirts. So this is a Fila. That may come in handy this weekend. Probably never use it, but it was $1. A large, extra large bike jersey, because we don't fit in the mediums anymore. Pair of North Face hiking pants. They're 38s, so I'm 37 right now. So chances are I'll be 38. This caught my eye. This was $1. It's just basically a stainless steel grill mat. So like for grilling, things won't fall through. It's new. So yeah, we'll have to free that up. That does not look, that looks like new old stock. Yeah, that's Storkwell. Man, that's old. I thought that was a cookbook. It's just a piece of paper. These I'll probably wear this weekend. Some size extra large camo pants, shorts. And then these are 36s, which I do fit in sometimes. They're Columbias. Those are really nice. Got lots of pockets. And then the find of the day is an untucked shirt, large. These are the shirts I designed to be worn not tucked, and there's actually a store where I work in Pinecrest that has these. This one looks like it's never been tucked. Get it? Not tucked. Okay, so yeah, gonna pack up, and I'm gonna think about getting that out of there. You can just kind of put that out here. Not sure. Doors need to come up, but there's no water line, so that would be easier. So I got the doors off. Just need to strap that cable up and around, and I'm ready to roll. She's 11 years old, and she survived a house fire. And a lot of kids. That shelf doesn't look right to me. Something seems wrong with that. Anyhow, clearly I had it way tipped too forward. I don't know why I had it that way. So I'm gonna put the cardboard down, get the appliance dolly, just kind of wave around out through here. I'm going down the steps. So at some point I got to reverse it and come this way. I got my protector here. That's made that yesterday. What I need to make next is something here. So this is not hardwood. This is PVC. This is plastic. And there's only little screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holding that in there. I don't want to rest the weight on here. So I just need a piece of wood high enough here, and then I'll put like a lip so it just kind of goes right over that. Always is, it's gonna just fall off. So yeah, and then I think I'm just gonna put it in here for now. I don't know what to do with it. We'll worry about that later, you know? One cracked pipe at a time, I think they say. Okay, so I built some of this out of the scrap wood I had from breaking down the pallets. Similar to this, most of that's the same plywood. This plywood's crap. It's good for this. So that's just gonna lay over here like before. You know, I'm going to be going this way. One thing I got to worry about is I need to land over there because my wheels need to be over there. So I just kind of kick this over there. This should be fun. Gravity's in my favor. So I'm got the strapped up device, and she's over here. This doesn't seem to weigh as much as the other one. So we're gonna go right here, and then I think we're gonna back it out and go that way. Just gonna get the hand gesture. Yeah. So maybe I'll open this up and flatten it. Nah. Do need to put the dog back. She belongs over there on the other side so that I don't run her over. Okay, I got the wheels off, so I don't have to worry about those. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to pull it this way, put it down, put it on there, rotate it, and then go back that way because I can't get up the lift without pulling it. I think that's gonna be my best bet. Maybe can I bring this forward? No. Okay. Yeah, it'll work out. I'm sure it will. Why is there a hole in the street? That's awkward. Yeah, we came down Saturday afternoon. We got the 2 roof vents in. I think it's making a appreciable difference, but then I came from the roof from inside. We got the lawnmower back in. Piece of shit's not running, typical. I put the dry belts on. Now I got 4 reverse, 1 forward. My father started this. We finished it, so we got the 2 batteries, inverter, charge controller, digitals. This is ready to be decommissioned, extended the power line to the cabin because of course it was cut for there. The solar panels are up there. Needs a little better tuckness, but the wires go across there. Cleaned up, reorganized. Got the hole there. This hole we made a little wrong, but there's airflow going through there. It was so good that when we opened the hole, a wasp came out. So that's good. Believe it or not, lawnmower doesn't work, but this beast does. This probably hasn't started at least a decade. My father brought this down a long time ago. And this is now my new lawnmower solution. So I'm gonna start it. It's gonna be tied off, so it's gonna run. And then I got this little tub. And I'm just gonna pull. What could go wrong?